Welcome, everybody. Coming up in today's episode, Jada Parker and Jay Uso get a nasty rumor spread about them. TNA and WWE sign a major deal, as if they haven't already. And what the hell's going on with Corey Graves? That and so much more coming up. Your favorite segment, my favorite segment, and everybody's favorite segment just so happens to be a segment called Cheap Pops.
What does everybody want? What does everybody need?
Oh, another cheap pop.
What does everybody love?
Oh, that cheap pop is there for the taking.
And we're going to start with Jada Parker. And this is, yes, different from the story we just went over. So, the quick recap, because this will be a different video, the quick recap is that Jada Parker, she liked a post that said that transgender people were getting banned from scholar sports. That's a give or take. So she liked the post. She got labeled as a transphobe over it. If you want to hear our thoughts on that, you can go look at the other video that we just put out. But amongst all this, somehow another rumor got started. And this rumor is that she and Jay Uso are having an affair. Jay Uso, who's married, by the way. But it's just a nasty rumor that got started. So this is the video that catches Jada Parker and Jay Uso. So up in the corner right there, you see the white closet. Okay. So you see the guy in the hat.
Okay.
Up right above him, there's white pants and white shoes. So apparently that right there is Jay Uso. And then the legs next to him is allegedly Jada Parker. So they're doing a shoey. This is Grayson Waller and
that is
Indy
Jay.
Hartwell. So Jay Uso's right there.
I think that's Jimmy too.
So yeah, this pixel, and then beside him is a person that you never see, by the way.
That is definitely Jay.
It's definitely Jay? Okay. And then beside him is a person.
I'm 90% certain it's Jay. It's got his little mo haircut. You can see the goatee.
It definitely looks like Jay. I can give you that.
And
But-
then
And what they're zooming in here is apparently the person that's sitting next to him that we never see in the black leggings there rubs his leg.
yeah. Hold on.
Right there. Right there. You see
She's
that?
rubbing her leg. There it is.
Right there.
There it is.
That's
Yeah, whore.
Now, that's the evidence there. And then if we go back, so you see the black leggings there. Keep those black leggings in mind. And apparently, and I don't know where this even came from, but there's this picture uploaded right here of Jada Parker in those leggings. So the internet has put two and two together and said Jay Uso's fucking her. They have an affair with her. I don't know. It's a reach.
Now, is it a reach that it's her? I mean, in some weird way to make a profit, do you think these leggings people made full versions of this?
Yes, they may have made more than one. That's for one. And two, we never saw anything other than that knee in those leggings. It's not like you see her face.
No.
So this person's
There's
putting
a
this
little-
together based off of leggings.
Flowers. I wish there was a way to do that's how you know we're amateurs. Gotta keep going back and forth like fucking. Those are definitely the same leggings. Now, are we to interpret anything from the leg rub though? It's just a leg rub. These are two adults. He may have said something funny. It's not like she grabbed his dick.
I mean, you can't be getting your leg rubbed, though.
Maybe she wiped something on him.
I don't know. Yeah, it could have been a platonic leg rub. I've had someone touch my leg before, and it was platonic. I say something funny, and they, like, touch my leg. Now, of course, for me, I didn't think it was platonic. It's like, all right, let's go in the bathroom.
Of course.
Let's do it now. But for her, you know. But yeah, that's what the internet's putting together. And again, it comes after the whole incident of her being a transphobe. So they just bring this up right after that. And we do have a response from Jay Uso. Basically said, y'all are funny. Just watch me work. And that was it. So that was his response to all this stuff. I think that's a deadening the rumor.
I guess. What's he supposed to say? Like, yeah, we fucking.
Well, he could have said nothing.
Fuck her with my actual man's dick.
Like, he could have not addressed it and said no comment like someone else. But, you know, there's two different levels, so of course, he's gonna say more. This is ridiculous that like people are just trying to grasp at straws. And this all springs back to her not wanting to compete against born males.
Just like in a post,
Yes.
an informational post.
Yeah, there was no opinion about it. It was just
At least,
this is what happened.
yeah, at least from what we saw. They didn't say like, "Oh, good thing, kill them all."
And another thing, I was reading through the comments on that post, and a lot of people were talking about, oh, but it makes them feel good, like the competing thing, competing in the sport, makes them feel good about themselves.
So why don't they compete with the women?
Because that doesn't make them feel good. Because they're
not winning.
They're not a man anymore. They're a woman now.
Well, they still have cock and balls. I mean, it's hard to argue with that.
But the one thing I would say is like, can we just make a third division?
Well, the reality is there's not enough, despite the fact that they make it seem like there's so many of them that are just being oppressed.
Yeah, we don't hear about it a lot. I think, what was there, like 3 maybe in college?
Just think about our space. We're going to build a wrestling federation based on transgender wrestlers. How many can you name?
2.
There you go.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess not enough. Or I mean, how about this? Maybe if you're going to choose this life, then you just, you have to make sacrifices.
Yeah, that is an unfortunate reality. I mean, if you're not going to compete with your biological sex, then I don't know what to tell you.
And yeah, you got to make sacrifices. Let's say a woman got pregnant, a college athlete, you know what? She's done. No more college athletics. That's part of the sacrifice. Now, you want to be a woman, you got to do sacrifices. You want to choose to go down that route, then guess what? College sports done. At least that's just my opinion. That would make sense, though. Like, that's just part of what you're giving up.
Yeah, but, we got to live in a world without power levels and everybody's equal.
Yeah, that's true.
And it doesn't work like that. Unfortunately, there are people that are just better and more gifted. Cutting your dick off to get a competitive advantage is not the way to go.
Yeah. We move on to TNA and WWE. So they have announced, this being TNA and WWE, that they are in a partnership. Now, you may be asking yourself, and I wouldn't blame you, well, what have they been doing for the past few months with Joe Hendry and Jordan Grace? They never necessarily put pen to paper. But now I guess it is more of a pen to paper type deal. And WWE, via their account, they put out this long ass statement. The gist of it is that there's a collaboration, and as we see here, there's a multi-year deal partnership to enhance talent exposure across wrestling promotions. I'm just giving you a summary here. I'm not going to read the whole damn thing. The collaboration will see NXT superstars and TNA superstars appearing on each other's key programming, like NXT and TNA Impact, alongside select premium live events and pay-per-views. So they should do like a Worlds Collide, or like TNA versus WWE, and like every match is back and forth. I'm trying not to say Forbidden Door, but let's just go ahead and say it. Like a Forbidden Door. They should do a Forbidden Door.
I don't know who's on TNA.
Now this says here that the partnerships with NXT. So would I even watch it if it was a Worlds Collide type deal or a Forbidden Door? Probably not. But
wait, so NXT and TNA that's basically a partnership between them?
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to send TNA people to the main roster. Like, what are we thinking about here? Come on.
If you have people good enough, you could do an invasion angle.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, I don't know who's in TNA to begin with. So,
or vice versa. The new bloodline could go to TNA, get some credibility.
Just direct shot. I don't know. I think it's good with where they are with the NXT. I mean, Roxanne Perez versus Jordan Grace got a lot of attention. Not really big, like, male crossover. Of course, we had Joe Hendry on NXT. He was in the Battle Royal. He did some other stuff. Aside from that, I couldn't tell you who else did the partnership thing.
I couldn't either.
But again, they've already kind of been doing this, so I don't know why everybody's overreacting, but it is big news. So
there you go.
I want to throw it in there. We'll do these other 2 stories because they're quicker, and then we can finish off on Mr. Graves. So we have Alexa Bliss. She is apparently poised for a return soon. as she took to her Instagram account and she shared a picture. And she says, "Back to pre-pregnancy weight." So basically, she is back to her in-ring weight and seemingly ready to return. She's probably going to return at the Royal Rumble, if I had to guess. And if she doesn't do it there, then I mean, I don't know where else. She's going to have to go ahead and return if she wants to be in WrestleMania plans. And then there's also the question of, is she going to be with the Wyatt Six, or is she going to be like Dark Alexa Bliss, or is she going to be the original Alexa Bliss?
I mean, the Wyatt Sucks they're already relegated to SmackDown, so fuck her. If she joins them, then she's relegated to SmackDown too. If she comes back and she's a power player in the women's division, that's just another tiny girl that's demonstrating athletic abilities well beyond what she's supposed to be capable of.
Yeah, she's really be the Magic. At least that's more believable. You know, she's dropping rafters on Randy Orton and shooting fireballs. Much more believable. Anyway, there's that. And
you know what? I'll let you have
it. Speaking of someone who's made an amazing transformation, Kiana James. Now, if you don't know who that is, she was once on Monday Night Raw. She got drafted from NXT. She's on Monday Night Raw. She didn't really do anything. She had like maybe 1 or 2 matches. And then she turned into Adam Pearce's like pseudo secretary, or she was trying to be a secretary, but he never really accepted her as a secretary. And that's pretty much her run on TV. Well, she shares a new transformation, and we can clearly see that she has changed her hairstyle. If we pull up the picture on the left, this was her original hair. Take a good look. It could also be that she took her glasses off. Something's definitely different about her. But that's her when she debuted on Raw. And then if we go to the next picture, this was like posted yesterday for her. So as you can see, her hair has changed a lot.
Yeah, as you can see here, her hairstyle.
Yeah, you see. Yeah,
I think it's because she doesn't have a purse in this one.
It could be that too. She's sitting in a car. Definitely a different.
She's not wearing stripes. You know, stripes make you look thinner.
Yes. I want to know if that's real.
It's obviously dyed.
No, I'm talking about the mountains in the background. Is that real scenery right there?
It does look green screen. She is sitting in the car. I don't know. Maybe it's some weird filter.
Is she faking? No, couldn't be. Everything in there is 100% real.
100%.
Yeah. But there you go. Now, this obviously garnered a lot of attention, as, you know, she's been off TV, and then it's like, "Hi, guys."
There is precedence for that. Remember, China did the same thing.
She did.
Until Michaels basically called it out.
Yeah. Did you have to say it?
At least she doesn't have LA face yet.
Yeah, that's true. It's just like something when you get that main roster money that just says, "All right, time to get it done." But yeah, that is Kiana James's new look.
Good for her.
And as we finish here, gotta talk about Corey Graves. If you didn't know, when Pat McAfee came back from college football, Corey Graves, who was on the booth with Joe Tessitore at the time, is working Monday Night Raw. I would say he was doing a pretty good job. You know, he did the color commentary. I'd say he did a pretty good job with it. Would you say so?
I'd say he's one of the best commentators, him and Wade Barrett.
Yeah, so he was doing his good job, being a good soldier. And Pat McAfee, he comes back from his college football stint, and we didn't see Corey Graves on the debut of Monday Night Raw. And so people were like, "Well, where's Corey Graves? What's going to happen to Corey Graves?" People started asking. Well, you fast forward to Tuesday, and we see a 3-man booth on Tuesday. Booker T, Vic Joseph, and there's Corey Graves. So not even getting moved to SmackDown. He gets sent all the way to NXT. Demoted, if we're being honest. And there was a clip someone random just like highlighted, and it was the point where they're talking to Corey Graves about showing up on NXT. He's with us on NXT. This is Vic Joseph. And you can tell in the clip that Corey Graves is just like pissed the fuck off. He wasn't having any of it. But what came of it sprung him to make this tweet. So yeah, he wasn't happy. And then a day later, he sends out this tweet. Now, the tweet has since been deleted, but we got you here. We did happen to catch the tweet, and the tweet reads as follows. This is Corey Graves, and he says,
Imagine chasing your dream, then being told, not deciding, that you're no longer physically able to pursue your dream. Then you dedicate your life to something dream adjacent and being pretty fucking awesome at it. True. And then when it's time to enjoy the fruits of your labor, being told you're not famous enough for your own job. Just in case you've wondered where I've been.
so that was the tweet. And then there was a follow up tweet to that, and he said, I'll have a lot to say on NXT. Now, this part of it made everybody think that, oh, this is clearly just a work, because why are you plugging NXT like that? I'm going to have a lot to say on NXT on the CW at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So that makes people think it was a work. Now, remember that tweet. I'm going to have a lot to say tonight on NXT and CW. So we fast forward to tonight on CW, and there was no Corey Graves. There's not even a mention of Corey Graves. Like, he couldn't be with us or anything. It turns out, we saw the news that Corey Graves just got removed from TV. Now, Fightful, they've done some digging, and they're saying that this is a real thing. Like, he is either trying to get fired or he's just pissed off. Disgruntled employee. Or the other option would be that this is like some angle for him versus McAfee.
I tend to lean that way.
You think it's an angle?
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I don't know. I mean, it's good if it is an angle, but you can believe it, right? Oh,
I just don't see.
it's what's happened.
If he is upset about it, I see that part being real. Just the public tantrum. That's the part that makes me think it's bullshit.
Well, that's the thing. As we've learned pretty much today in our news stories and stuff, the phone's always just right there. It's so easy to just pick up the phone, type something out, and then, push send. And then, I got to delete it. I don't know why it's such a big deal. Like, you know how much stuff you got to do to go on your phone and type up something and then push send? It doesn't ask you, are you sure anymore? Like the PlayStation, like when you try to exit the game, are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. It's not that extreme where you have to like double confirm it, but it's so easy to send out these tweets, and then you have to walk it back because you get in trouble. So I could believe it either way. And maybe because he has done such a good job on commentary, he thought this time was going to be different. When you knew McAfee was coming back and he was going to be partnered with Michael Cole, we always knew that was going to happen. Now, why they couldn't just do a 3-man booth, that's another question.
Maybe Netflix only wanted 2 men.
Maybe. But it should also be noted that McAfee is going to be doing the college football game that Texas is not going to be in this year. And Wade Barrett is going to take his place. So Corey Graves didn't even get to do the fill.
They should have brought in whoever he does commentary with NXT with.
Vic Joseph.
Yeah. Just bring him on Raw.
But yeah, it's definitely a developing story. We'll see if it's real or not.
I don't know. There's a lot of debate. I guess that's a good thing. If it is an angle, the guy that's talking about it. If it isn't an angle, I don't know what Corey Graves' end game is. I don't know how he's going to whine his way into a Monday Night Raw.
Maybe it's one of those things where he's trying to like get people behind him. Because, they listen. Cody Rhodes can tell you that. So maybe he's just trying to get people behind him, and then WWE will have to bend the knee.
I mean, in his defense, McAfee does suck.
Oh, by the way, he didn't mention it on his show all week, so there's that too. That being McAfee. Like, he's usually good at mentioning stuff, but this time he didn't mention anything.
Because he's a bitch.
And it either goes with the work or goes without the work.
He was a punter that got injured.
He's much bigger now, not being a punter. And that's ultimately the problem. That's why Corey Graves got told he wasn't famous enough. But on that note, let us know what you think in the comments below, of course. Let us know what you think of Kiana James' new look. Corey Graves, is it real or not? Is Jey Uso diddling Jada Parker? Let us know.